Welcome, family, to our channel. In case you don't know, this got to be Badman, Zimbabwean dancehall and dada. Well, if you're new here, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share to stay up to date with on all the latest videos that I'll be uploading by Badman Uncut. Anyway, at Skumira, the journey still continues while I'm telling you the story. It is not going to evidence. They don't even know that I'm still there, but I'm saying this so that it connects with people because I'm going to be dropping a few tunes. I'm going to be dropping a lot is going to be happening. Saka, let's keep it real, boys. Let's keep it real, team. Anyway, wherever you are watching, salute. I know people are displaced from their positions to this. But anyway, the chiripo ndini wacho non-stop, no change, everything full of energy. Badman still exists and fully charged. Anyway, guys, let's talk the city. It's got Tauri chapter 81. The chapter that's there today is like, okay, Badman, apparently from the music industry, from the musical journey and how, okay, fine, from being Badman, from the MCs, I know we hate that Wakamboshanene Roughmix. Is it true to Wakamboshanene Roughmix? And how did you get to merge Ushandane Roughmix? And how did you connect? Yeah, it's true. So I need you to know and understand how did I work in Roughmix? And the relationship young Roughmix young Kamira say, and how did you understand how did you understood each other from day one? Anyway, team, as much as it stands, Badman did work in Roughmix. Okay, from my previous clashes and Nakatanga kuma 90s, everything was growing slowly. It's major, bichana. I went on by stage water, then I just performed the tune and then killed it like that, and then boom, it was done deal. And down by Mama song, I think I only sang one song. So Nanda was slow tip up. And then after that, moved on, migrated from there. Then I think just when then the 10 year 2000, when we were in 2000, the former Tattoos was now being refurbished to Club Tropicana. And so within that now, it changed to Club Tropicana. Roughmix, which had a housing of DJs who played different category music, was now in charge of that place. So by then, I think Roughmix, ndo yanga take over, yanga kuridza Tropicana. Under the wing, Black Giant, of which it was a merge of two. It was a collaboration of two people. The sound being in control of it was a collaboration of two people, which was Black Giant and Roughmix. By then, in Inno, that's when I engaged my talks, and then got dropped in the system, the team. So kutanga ndakatanga nchita ndakatanga ndichiridza ndina Inno Tea as an MC. So we were placed on to start playing on a Thursday. Mainly, tichiriza Armangoma on a Thursday. So for my Thursday, I ended up pushing my Thursday, and then I introduced a dance. Then we started having my clashes at Takatanga roster on a Thursday. Every Thursday night, at a roster mango. So, but Thursday, things explode. Shukura non-stop to a point that Thursday was now a headache. Because Yanga Kura combination Yangona, Inno Tea, and a few amongst other DJs, but we were the co-hosts for the Thursday. Then after that, we then got introduced on a Friday. Because Friday Yanga need salad. Then Saturday Yanga need salad. But Thursday Yanga Mangoma strictly. Then much gap each ocho. If you could hear or Pamayans when I say Badman Inno Tea, I think on my Facebook page, I even posted him. Nakamira pasait na Inno Tea with gratitude just good one. Because look, we still exist because I think amongst me and him we had gone a little bit silent, but to one was the combination and Garipo. Those who used to wear Tropicana heads off. Those who used to have the vibe heads off again. So by stage you guys, a lot went on to a point they could do more Roughmix, and then we changed the game on a Friday because Friday a slow take player. The first hour I think it was around 3 o'clock the afternoon session. Then later on, the second hour the Mangoma foot, I think it was around 10 o'clock. Before Templeman. Templeman, there is a close a session from 6 until finish, until close the afternoon session. And then the same thing will happen even on the evening session. But then, Pama categories are Papani teams as a player, R&B, ne Afrobeat. I don't know Afrobeat, but Tahiti. I didn't go to Afrobeat by then. I think it was Afrobeat. I'm quite sure my mustache, but in the focus on the mango. So you'd find the way people's like Malaika and then Tutu were actually good in the R&B mixes and stuff like that. And then there was also the like of Templeman's sister, Miss Muffet, who also used to play the same genre, yo-yo. And then apparently from that, then came a point, I think Washisi was also engineer part of it and also an MC part of it. It was an entourage of people, guys. There were a lot of people, but they were the cool people. Wangwane movement, but time actually. And then in Inno Tea, Badman, Inno Tea, and then Templeman. So that was the lock off the whole trend. Actually, besides Thursday, then Friday, it was like that. Saturday, it was like that. You see, and then we pushed Roughmix, we pushed Roughmix. Then Templeman engineered a lot of things that played a role to Badman, as much as I would have say worked in Silverstone. But now what Templeman did is, from what I used to do, even everybody used to like it in the other mic and people would enjoy it. It doesn't mean with everyone, but I know frenemies will always be there, but positiveness for now. It was a point there, then Timmerman played and then changed the game. When he played and changed the game, it was a point there. I think I got introduced to Kushtungi's whereby I went on to feature on the Rhythm Raron's Way Out from T-Head. Around that time, 2000 ago. So out of that now, on another day, Templeman akupinda pasession yake kuridza, and then he played my tune. And I never saw it coming, but when he played my tune, everybody akabaita wire. And when he went after wire and stuff like that, I never expected it. And I gained confidence in myself, and I never knew that song. And I see under record dog would come on club and then make noise. And then when I recorded it, I thought it was just going to be a record and make noise out of that. And it changed everything musically, changed everything. Connection, Nevano changed everything. Background. Immediately during that time, you now, I then got connected kuna Berilungu, of which DJ Berry by then, which one was also a visual artist. The Akava recorded the song to Go Go Goy. And then I recorded the song to Go Go Goy. He had got the instrumental from Inno Tea. Then after that I recorded Go Go Goy. I recorded that song under pressure, and there was no time to relax. And it was just, I'm just recording. I didn't have a vision of whatever is coming ahead of me. But it was just a point that I'm going to record. Then after that, at Waftum Club, the same thing happened. Inno Tea introduced that song, and everybody went wire from that song. So it was now a point of the dancehall was now balanced. Already now, Templeman is on the other side, a player, and he was exclusively playing that tune, Irori area. And then in New side, Inno Tea was playing the Go 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 part. So both songs then took over the dance floor to a point they elevated Badman to the next level, which I do appreciate. And I would have to say the heads off, because it had not been for them introducing part of my song, part of some of my tunes there, then that means the subject of Badman existing in Roughmix was not going to even make sense. You see, because a lot happened. I played the vibe was nice, and music was nice to a certain extent. And then it didn't even end there. You went then and pushed furthermore to a point where he went on radio. Then he endorsed the Rhythm Ratio Race as a compilation called Power FM, do Radio 3. Kwakuna DJ Scott, and Scott was now playing that and ended up my song also going on top charts. Ekato pin that then the signature yes and verse wapachidindo, of which I pushed in a Roughmix, I think for, if I'm not mistaken, I pushed for a year and a half before starting that zoenda silent. And the reason why I went silent was I was also committed in the chikoro and beat a case kwaji nerakambo kupresa and unengori patight zvimwe zviya. So by that time I think we pushed. Then there was that time yekuti takuenda ku City Sports Center when Roughmix was hosting the City Sports Center that time, because remember they were entitled to do my tens eco hoster ku City Sports Center. So if you want to host this time, then you want to host this time, then the other person hosts that time. By then, that was the culture, that was the agreement in Ngaripa ground. And then I went on to a point, I think that was my final appearance. I didn't even last for that full session, yes, yo. And then later on, I then signed off for quite a long time. I think I went silent for 3 good years by time iyoyo, of which it didn't mean kuti ndandiri silent, but back onto the drawing board. Kuti anzi ma Thursday raga, tanzi ma reggae Thursdays angariko, nema cup clash angariko, ma ghetto versus ghetto angariko. It was the house wing angairipo on hosting from Roughmix, and it was Badman and Inno Tea on that part. Hazvisingarevi kuti tisu taachita mangoma chega. Other peoples, like the other pioneers, already had their other languages or their other culture that they had in terms of hosting, on the names they had in terms of hosting those events. But zvandikutaura zvazvakanangana the hosting party yangairipo from Badman and Inno Tea as well as Roughmix. It's the entire family. And then Tazodaro, I think we pushed for a long time with the Pusha vibe. It was non-stop. And with all due respect, you know, the key players connecting from Silverstone, where Roughmix and Inno Tea did play a big role in terms of pushing the movement. He had confidence in whatever I was doing. But at the same time, also Templeman had an understanding in the language of what I was doing, and he always had that vision of putting things out there to make them make noise, which is Kisapa radio, and getting to set up somebody to be on that platform, you know. But people might not know it, but Templeman did that to a point there. Up to now, people might see him as the other way around, but without him seeding or coming in the channel yakazoya just like a takeover on my absence with the other guys, that I will say on the next chapter. It's a point there, you never know. But the first club scene where my tunes were introduced was when I was the Roughmix, and Roughmix Club Tropicana, and it was Templeman who played the rhythm from Chitungwiza, which was way out, produced by T-Head, beat a case, and he introduced it to Zokuti. They didn't see that coming, and even me personally, I didn't see it coming, and I didn't see that people would actually respect or accept that tune the way Tambira tune nayo. And then kubva ipapo hazvinomboita a gap of a week That's when I even had to release the other song when that recorded on DJ Berry. Shout out to DJ Berry. Gogo Goy, which was then Gogo Goy Kaviazo, no? It Kaviano of noise to a point there, it was those two tunes, of which then you would see why I have to say heads off kuna Inno Tea, heads off kuna Templeman, because the guys did play a big role into the whole system. So you'd find part-time yoyi. Let me make it clear, guys. Part-time yoyi. The other guys were Nambotari my MC clashes nechi. They were not even existing. When I'm saying they were not existing, it was like another level, but Spotlight Batika said they were not existing. By then, I think the person anga apa chat, anga kurapa radio, it was Sniper. He panesong ya tukubinya kuginya vura. That's when it was now making waves. And the whole thing also, it went on being introduced the same way Ataka introduced my songs about my session. It got introduced because it was a catchy commercial song that also made noise. And a few amongst my songs and my artists, it was a dark because of greener pastures and. But anyway, to that extent, is like an answer to your call, Okutinolo guys. Me, I did work. Roughmix, I did work now full time, not for it to be Roughmix, it was having all those DJs on Ambotaraman style. For it to be Roughmix, it was having me, it was having Inno Tea, it was having the R&B guys, but Kumangoma, the rough part of it, the mix of Wacho and Goribo, it was Templeman, Badman, Inno Tea when it came to the dancehall part of it. When it came to the R&B part of it, Lobandatara Mazdana, Tutu, Anawashi Simalaika, and then, if just to mention a few, Nana Miss Muffet, but the whole Roughmix, I was part of Roughmix, I was part of the family, as much as it is up to now, though Mundaka Sengenda, Dambo Midam Bichan, and then I came back and then on Brand Young, it was, I still see it as one family, I still see it as a team. So there's nothing to really push aside, but give respect to where it's due and give respect to where it's due, which is 100% right. So heads off to Templeman, heads off to Inno Tea, and the whole entourage. Roughmix was part of Badman. They made Badman to be who they are, who I am and who I ended up being. I took some parts of learning curves from what they knew and then edited up to Panesha and I gone out in the A-Day Papo. Not a point to Batman and crew. And then from there, I'll bring in the vlog and just tell when I introduced myself as Batman and crew, second generation, and besides that, then I'll highlight issue and it is silent. And it. So I need people to understand, look, these whole things, azvina pazvairekodwa. Hapana pekuti vanhu vanogona kuwitnessa, but people who were there physically can give, can relate and can tell the story as is. So people can be like, okay, Tropicana Massive, big up to you. People who were there during my time, the Chidis and the Roughmix, heads off. This is the same Batman that you used to enjoy when I was there. This is the same Batman that might have was annoying you when I was there. But be the case, I got maximum support. I got maximum respect and love, and the embracement to everybody who was there during that time. Because why? It made a difference. There was growth in the whole thing, and there was X amount of niceness, vibe actually. I say. So salute and heads off to everybody. See you on my next chapter, Badman.